Introducing the Leagues of Votann Kahl. Introducing the Leagues of Votann Kahl, a small but mighty hero for 40k's new Space Dwarves. Hello and welcome back to Warspets Tactics, where today I just thought we'd make a quick video on the latest Leagues of Votann preview. They have seemed to be remarkably consistent with these recently. We're getting pretty much one preview of a unit per week, which I'll guess is going to keep up at least fairly steadily until we actually get the Leagues of Votann Codex. We don't currently know exactly how much there is still to come, but I guess that we've still got plenty of vehicles, characters, and heavy lifters still to be revealed. Today though, we've got a rather interesting piece of the puzzle. This guy is called a Kahl, and he appears to be the generic faction commander for the Leagues of Votann, maybe in the same way as a Space Marine Captain or Sisters of Battle Canoness. I must admit, I think I've enjoyed some of the Votann miniatures a bit more than others over these releases. Some of them I think have really hit the mark, and some of them, at least for me, a little bit less so. This guy though, I think is going to be very popular, really quite a nice sculpt I think, and exactly what I might imagine as a futuristic Space Dwarf Lord to be in the 41st millennium. Compared with the standard Kinsman, he is wearing very similar armour as a Void suit, maybe a little bit more ornate and embellished with some fancy gold details inlaid, and he's got one of those command helm type icon things that lurch over his head. I think he's got a fairly cool pose, brandishing a plasma axe above his head, and has got what appears to be a Votann version of a Stormbolter I think in his other hand, with a great big drum-fed mag. I think the head's quite good as Games Workshop miniatures go. Nice to see a classic dwarf big bushy beard there, and I do kind of like the way that he's perched on not one but two tactical rocks at once. Interesting to see a dwarf faction leader compensating just a little bit for his own short stature. I suppose Games Workshop do want him to stand out a bit from the rank and file, and the use of some crafty rocks I guess do tend to help with that. Otherwise, they have offered us a few new details and a few other pictures of him. They pretty much confirm that he is going to be the most generic leader character choice for the faction. I'm certain that we'll see some other specialists at some stage. No doubt they'll have a faction psyker of their own as well. I believe that one was called a Grimnir by the leaks that we had a while back. The article perhaps wasn't too deep on lore stuff. I guess there's not all that much to explain about the leader of a military organisation. He leads the League's Oath Band into battle, and is a high-ranking figure within Votann society. Few rank above him, only the leading Votannic Council apparently. According to their article, their different colour scheme is that of a Ymir conglomerate. Most of them that we've seen so far are the sort of turquoisey one, which aren't particularly bad, but I do think that the red looks quite striking. Again, from that leak, they do have 6 different sub-factions, which will have their own tactics and personality. Gameplay-wise, we didn't get all that many hints. At least from the reveals, we know that there's a plasma axe and bolt weapon loadout, as we can see here, plus there's the option for a concussion gauntlet and vulcanite pistol of some sort. He's going to have some sort of command ability called Eye of the Ancestors as well. I guess that's kind of to be expected, seeing that he's the captain equivalent. It could just be something as simple as a +1 to hit of some sort, or a reroll 1's aura. It always could be something a bit more out there though, maybe giving one big buff to just a single unit, or maybe something to do with those judgment tokens that we had leaks previously. Otherwise, we've got a few more fun pictures of Mr. Kahl. A nice bit of Votann artwork on the left here, with him holding his plasma axe aloft over a bunch of advancing Votann troops. We've got a few with some fun banners in the background, so I wonder if that might represent a standard bearer of some sort. And one of them on the left there looks like he's got a concussion hammer. We've then got an alternate loadout for him, with a different head swab if you don't like the beardy head, a very dwarven looking helmet there, a big concussion gauntlet in his left hand. I think that that's a vulcanite pistol on the other hand, basically a Votann upgraded version of Volkite weapons. We've also got one more view of the original model. I think that's the icon of the Ymir conglomerate there, emblazoned on his left shoulder. Overall, quite a fun little model. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. But overall, I think that's quite a well realised little faction commander for the Leagues of Votann. I'm sure he'll be fairly popular amongst collectors. I think I'm maybe not too disappointed to see a few more units that are just a little bit more classic dwarves in space looking, as opposed to the slightly more unusual looking high-tech stuff that they've revealed in a few of the previous ones. Let me know what you think anyway. I look forward to hearing your thoughts and ideas. If you've enjoyed the video, feel free to subscribe to Warspets Tactics, or I'll certainly keep the regular newsy videos coming whenever Games Workshop unveils some rules or models. I do tend to post 40k stuff most days, in addition to the normal tactics content. Finally, if you have been enjoying all the videos on the channel, I would just like to mention that Warspets Tactics does have a Patreon page as well, and you can find that down in the video description if you're interested in helping keep these videos coming. Channel patrons get to see some videos early, get regular votes to see what sort of things happen next on the channel, and automatic entry into the regular prize giveaways, so if any of that's particularly interesting, feel free to give it a look. In any case, a massive thank you for listening, and I'll hope to see you guys next time.